Yo, why is feminism taking so many L's in 2020? Shout out to Mr. Obvious for putting me on to this one. And the article's coming to us from The Loadout. All female League of Legends team, Vaevictis, kicked out of the LCL. This is the team, apparently. And yeah, strokes all the way around, but particularly for old girl on the far right, she's a rather dope cutie. The rest of them, yeah, they all catching strokes, even though this is completely photoshopped. But I think that there's a lot to be had out of this article, primarily meritocracy and the difference between the male and the female brain. Let's get into it. The first all-female lineup to compete in the top division of League of Legends, the Vaevictis, has been kicked from Russia's LOL Continental League, LCL, after a series of poor results. Now, the reason this was brought to my attention was because the initial story of the Vaevictis was via Birdman, who did a video when they were at the championship game and they gotten blown out like 153 to nothing. Like, it was some mercy kill type shit. They were not doing rather well, but when it comes to, this idea of feminism and girls can keep up with the boys and the whole thing, it's just, they have to astroturf these types of events, these types of, initiatives where it's like, yeah, we got all female team that can keep up with the boys. Apparently not, though. It's because men and women are two completely different things, man. All right, so Riot Games Russia released a statement which says the roster had an unacceptable level of competitiveness in a closed league, as Vaevictis failed to win a single game in both the spring and summer splits last year. Last summer, the team had an average of 27 deaths per game, 10 more than the next highest in the league, and had the shortest average of game duration in the LCL of 22 minutes and 11 seconds. Now, if you're not familiar with esports, or how, it's basically professional video games, all right? For the older in the crowd who may not be all that tech savvy, it's professional video games, and there's different leagues for different leagues, different, sponsorships. There's actually a ton of cash to be made in these spaces, but so what happened was that this team was put together to show that they could compete against men who dominate the field, and no, they were dominated themselves. Vaevictis was subject to prejudice from other teams at the start of the last season, with ROX and Vega Squadron both receiving warnings for gender discrimination and a lack of sportsmanship because some of them said something that hurt somebody's fifis. Oh no. Teams would regularly play off meta championships when facing the female squads. So they weren't even taking them seriously, and they were offended that they weren't being taken seriously, and despite them not being taken seriously, they still couldn't win. Like, they weren't putting their best effort forward, and they were still catching losses. Like, come on. The team will still have a chance to re-enter the league, as the players can compete in the Open Cup, which offers them an opportunity to return to the league next year. Replacing Vaevictis will be Team Crow Crowd, an organization that has been competing in semi-professional leagues since 2016 in hopes of eventually joining Russia's major league. So, yeah, apparently out in Russia, out in Mother Russia, this is a very big thing. Oh, my goodness. So Russia has been going very hard when it comes to the esports, even though technically they are not sports, but it's Russia. If it's competition, Russia's on. Like that's the thing, man. Russia would be like, yo, competition? Where? I want in on this, bro. Like, they be all in when it comes to competitive shit. You guys remember, or maybe not the USA hockey Russia thing as well. Oh man, that's pretty funny though. Former professional player Kirill Likert, yeah, I'm not even trying that last name, is the owner and strategic director of the organization. The pro will be remembered by LOL fans, as he was part of the infamous Albus Lux Luna squad that in 2016 became the first ever wildcard team to reach the knockout stages of the World Championships. Most of us don't know this. We're just kind of here to laugh at the feminism. Like, that's the thing. Like, me personally, like, I came up in the NES Genesis era, so like when it comes to esports, Like these are things that my dad, my generation didn't particularly plan for, because it was just like, yo, bro, this is a video game. Go out there and do some work and shit. Like, go out into the world and actually do things. So now that it's such a huge thing, they really tried to astroturf this female squad in there, and it didn't work out for them. And that's the thing. That's the reason I'm doing this video, is because you got to be good. There's this thing called the bell curve, right? Where women on average, women are more likely to have average intelligence. But like, just at a base level, women are smarter than men. But men have more idiots as well as more geniuses. And that, I think, really speaks to just how different our brains operate. Like, ladies on average are going to be of average intelligence. You can figure things out, but us as guys, we can either be really smart or really stupid. Like, I don't know, I'm somewhere on the average level, but either ways, to the point of meritocracy. Deal is that you can't sit here and just demand the space, then get the space, and expect to keep the space on the strength of the reason that you got the space, if the reason you got the space is because you demanded the space instead of earned the space. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm pretty sure there's tons of females that can keep up with dudes in esports and and play as hard. Like, my best friend is a female that loves gaming. She is on Call of Duty all the time. She's rocking hard. I'm not sure what her KDR is, but either ways, she goes hard. She enjoys herself, and it's just it's fun. She doesn't do it competitively. She doesn't do it at a professional level, but she does enjoy getting in chat rooms, talking smack, and having and just hanging and chilling. That's cool. But to sit here and try to try to boost this up, like, yeah, this is gonna be a big thing, we can hang with the dudes, like that. If that's the reason you're doing it, then unfortunately you shouldn't be doing it at all. But this isn't this isn't the first L that feminism has taken in 2020. You got the Birds of Prey. You got like this whole Me Too fiasco where they're saying it's looking like Harvey Weinstein's going to be getting off. There are so many different losses that women have, like that feminism, not women. Because women will always support you, as men will always support you, will always want you to, be in the spotlight, particularly if you're attractive, because, hey, it is what it is. Life's not fair. Deal with it. But ultimately, when it comes to using women or people of color or any of these other, identifiers, identity politics, get woke, go broke, like they said. It's been a popular thing around the net for a while now, and yeah, it's coming true to form once again. So the only feminism that's technically won in 2020 has been the WNBA, but yeah, we'll see how that pans out, because China looking like it's about to start having some real money problems. So anyways, guys, that being said, all the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like, dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and like aren't the biggest fans of your boy over here for very obvious reasons. Bang the bell for notifications and speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? To sit here and keep demanding equality, get more than equality, because it's completely imbalanced. You guys had an entire squadron to prove and show how awesome and tough and great you can hang, and even when the dudes weren't taking them seriously, they were still getting blown out. So it's like, come on. Can we just admit completely different things and accept it and be appreciative of it? I mean, one of my favorite episodes of Family Guy features this fight between Lois Griffin and this feminist who's like, oh, well, you're a wife and a mother, so you just wasted your femininity. And Lois is like, whoa, I made the choice. Like, that's the thing about feminism for me. It's about having a choice to be able to do these things, and I chose to be a wife and mother, and there's nothing wrong with that choice. But for everybody who's sitting there complaining about, how society is trying to structure things, how society, these social constructs and the like, yeah, what do you think you're doing when you press this stuff? What do you think Dwayne Wade is doing when he sits there and says, oh yeah, my son's a daughter and stuff like that? What do you think you're actually doing? You're trying to construct society in the way that you mean, in the way that you want it to be, but if the way you want it to be goes against the complete natural order of things, then you gotta always expect some kickback and to eventually go broke if you get woke enough. But you may feel differently. That's what I have a comment section for. Until the next one.